Okay, family. What this lady is saying, she's had a out of body experience, and like we all know, they keep us locked down in fear. That's how they survive, off of fear. So I keep telling people, be fearless. Don't watch the news because, like I said before in other videos, they only tell you what they want you to know. They keep everything hidden, like aliens. Aliens been coming here for years, centuries. They nothing new, but they want to tell you that there's going to be alien invasion to keep you living in fear, like the so-called wars. Their agenda is to keep wars going, to keep you living in fear. But as long as you don't have fear, you can control the system. Because don't forget, your thoughts create your reality. So if you think peace and love and harmony and joy, they don't want that. But if you try to live that way, it would keep them out of control. So don't get caught up with their news and killings and wars and nah. Like I said, don't even watch those things. And if you look at the news now, even YouTube channels, you'll see everything is Palestine, Israel. Don't even get caught up in that. That's how they keep you knowing their reality. Anyway, this lady here gave me some information, and like I said before, do not worry about the messenger. Worry about the message. And I will say again, a lot of these white folks are going to make it. A lot of black people that you think are going to make it are not going to make it. In the changing time that are coming, they're not going to make it. A lot of white folks have souls. A lot of white folks are loving and kind and caring and giving. So like I said before, don't kill the messenger. Just get the message. Okay, this clip I'm going to put here, I do not own the copyrights. The copyrights to the clip is for informational purposes only, folks. Until then, subscribe, thumbs up, leave a comment, share the videos.
You know who you are and what you've still got to do. You can't be here. You've got to go back. And I said to her, how can I go back when I don't know where I'm from? How do I go back because I don't know where I've been? She said, Linda, I am your great, 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 great grandmother, Karina. Then she started telling me all about her life back in the 1820s. Some of those factors I've now proven to be correct, so it's all true, what she said. Then she started telling me things about my life. She told me, because this happened in 2001, she said, you must go back to the land from where you are from, which is Australia. She said, you will get a job working for the police, which I laughed at because with my health injuries, how could I ever work for the police? She said, you'll be there for 10 years. I ended up applying for a job. I thought I was going to the city morgue because it said you must be able to deal with gruesome information. And fair enough, I found myself working with the police. And I worked with the police from 2002 till 2012. 10 years, like she said. So then she says, you've got to go back. And I said, how do I go back? And she said, all you have to do, Linda, is think about where you're from and you will go back there. For what we think, we create. So I closed my eyes and I started to think about where I'd been. Where had I been? I thought about,
How many times did we hear that? What you think you create, or your thoughts create your reality. Everybody's saying it, so it have to be true. Your thoughts create your reality. What you think on, whether you want it or not, you manifest it. Here we go, folks.
my bed, where I'd been sleeping. I thought about where my body was when the ambulance took me to hospital that night. And then I woke up and I found myself in hospital with nurses pulling me out of a coma in ICU. And that again is when things got really weird. So my ESP psychic abilities has increased significantly. I've always been a psychic my whole life. I've always been able to see ghosts and spirits all my life. But now I know songs before they come on the radio. Now I know things. that other people don't know. So I do psychic readings, I do healings because I'm a healer. I also got upgraded a few years ago where I now see spirit guides. So I've had a lot of confirmations with people. We actually entered a significant belt of electron magnetism in our universe. It's like the Van Allen belt, but we're not always in it. We don't have it around us all the time. This belt is around us from 2012 up until about 2050, where we're going through like this radiation belt of the universe. During this time, because it's all electrons is what increases our psychic ability. But right now is a very big awakening time all over the planet. And the governments know this. All the governments of the planet, especially those of the really high puppeteers, we're talking like the Carl Schwabs and the JP Morgan banks and all these people who like the control over everybody on the planet. They know that we are about to evolve. They know that we're starting to come into ascension, which is our fifth dimensional awakenings. So they have to dumb us down. Look at now what's happening with Israel and the Gaza Strip. 65. We've got reporters on the ground filming. We've got people coming back on planes. We've got all this real footage of what's going on. And then we find out that Biden from America, he is the one funding Ukraine. And now we find out that he's going over to Israel. So who is really doing this war? We've got to ask ourselves, who is really creating this chaos? Because once we work it out and we find out who is really in charge of what's going on, then we can start to ignore them. Because as soon as we ignore someone, they lose their strength. Look at any Hollywood actress from the 1940s. They all say, the day I'm no longer in the news is the day people forget about me, because there's someone else coming up in my shoes. So we must keep those people like the Carl Schwabs and UN and the WHO, World Health Organization. They must stay in the news so people fear them. Because if they're not in the news, we just go, oh yeah, you're doing your stuff, I'm doing my stuff. And they don't. So she said, after this happens, there will be a war. Because they must create a war. Because they have spent so much money over the 2020 to 2023 period. Look at a country and have a look at their national debt now. Every country is in debt. And how do they make money? Go to war. Look at World War II, how much money that generated. So there has to be a global war. But there is going to be a lot of conflict coming out in the next 6 months. Okay? I can actually see North Korea coming back out of the fold. He's going to start doing some nasty things again. I can see Ukraine hasn't finished doing what it's doing. China is coming out of the fold. It's going to start making waves. America obviously is going to start making waves because they've got so much invested issues with so many countries. So, again, don't listen to what the governments are doing because they tell us what they want us to know.
So true.
Do your own research. Make your own decisions on who is right and who is wrong in these. Obviously, not everyone's always right. Not everyone is always wrong. I look in history. Look at Adolf Hitler. We say what a horrible man he is. But then he had a wife, Eva Braun. She obviously loved something about him. So not everything with him was bad. So we've got to use discernment. And we've got to use logic when working out what is going on over the planet. But there is going to be a lot of conflict. Try not to get involved in it is the big thing. Why do you think now they've got this alien talk going on? Seriously, we've known aliens exist all through history. There's tapestries from 2,000 years ago where men are pointing to the sky and there's an alien ship in the sky. That's in a church in the UK where it's in a lead light picture from 2,000 years ago. So humanity has known aliens exist for centuries, eons. So why are they now bringing out this alien invasion talk and releasing it? Because they must fear us out. You think of anyone who's religious, where Jesus Christ or Buddha, Muhammad, whatever you believe in, came to earth to be a savior. And imagine that conflict of interest in our own brain, that cognitive dissonance, where we are disproven with our religious thoughts and beliefs, and we now believe that aliens exist. So they have to bring down the aliens. And believe me, most of the aliens are good ones. Thank you so much for watching me today. As I said, my name is Dr. Linda Kramer. I've given all my links in the description below.
Okay, family, like I always says, don't kill the messenger. As long as you get the message, don't care where it's coming from. That's the most important thing. And don't believe nothing I'm saying or showing you. Do your own research. But we know a lot of stuff can happen because their agenda is to keep you living in fear. That's their agenda. That's why they always have the propaganda and stuff to keep you living in fear. That's how they survive off of fear. And like I said before, fear means false evidence appearing real. Problem, action, solution. Subscribe, thumbs up, comment, share the video. I'm out of here. Peace out. One love.